All right, all right, all right. Hello, everyone. Um, on this, where I'm at, it's a little rainy, a little cold, but it's still a wonderful day. So on this Thursday evening, so welcome to Perspective, and as we do, hey Doc, how you doing?
I'm a little under the weather, so excuse me.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
but I'm great. Even
I
when
mean
it's
that's
bad, it's
cool.
all good with me.
Yeah,
So
just mute yourself, blow your nose, and just get back in it. We ain't
all
gonna
the
ain't no
things,
judging around here. You know what I'm saying?
all the
Good to
things.
see you. Good to see you. Um, Yeah, this is what we do every time. This is perspective, and really the premise and the foundation of what this platform is about is found right there in the name, perspective. This is a safe place, a safe
Safe
tree.
tree.
It's a safe tree
Come on, safe
where, yeah, where different ideas, different opinions, different points of views, different lived experiences can be shared in a, let's say a safe haven of intellectual dialogue. So whatever it is and whatever your ideas or comments, they're going to be welcome. They may not be agreed with, but we'll address them with some respect. Okay, and we'll often find that just because people have different points of views, different opinions, different lived experiences, different perspectives, it doesn't necessarily mean that either one is right or either one is wrong. It just simply indicates that they are different. And when we kind of talk, we're able to sit down and talk about our differences. We'll find that we have more in common than not. And then when we do that, that brings us closer together. And to bring us closer together as individuals and as a community is what we strive to do here on Perspective. So, speak freely, have your position, your points of position on anything. It'll be respected, and we'll get into it and discuss it. My name is Eric Butler, also, aka the Intellect, aka Cullen and Eight, because I'm the biggest diamond ever found on land, aka the Atlantic, because I'm cold, deep, and choppy, and ain't nothing nobody can do about it. We're just here. My background is in talent acquisition. So for about 2 decades, man, working with people, talking to people. I've been out in the community. I sit on the advisory board of the Empower series, which is a financial literacy nonprofit. So I definitely want you to go out there into the internet byways, look at check out the Empower series on YouTube, see the information we have. You'll find that to be it's good stuff, resources, information, inspiration. We want you to thrive and not just survive in this world, right? And so that's led me to the opportunity to um, help individuals by counseling, some with career aspects, and then sometimes just in general circumstances. And all of those things combined, it kind of led me here, where others have thought that it would be beneficial. But with that being said, I am me, and I'm going to hand the mic over to my illustrious. I like that word because it
I
fits
know.
her so well. I've tried to find some different ones, but supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is the only other thing. Special, unique, balanced, diverse co-host, and I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We know that you could be anywhere on this rainy Thursday, but you are here with us, and we also appreciate it. My name is Latoya, aka Them Kids Mama, aka Chef Jeff Wife. I am a licensed professional counselor. I'm an author, and we are so excited to be here. But real quick, Chef Jeff will be having his own show. It'll be on Thursday. No, I lied. That's us on Thursdays. He will be on Tuesday at 5:30. Yeah, Tuesday 5:30. Same network, same. All everything's the same except his show is this dope cooking show. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Before we do the disclaimer and the topic, let's do the comments.
Yeah. Mr. Ben Sutter the third. All right. He says you can support BS3 Network by sending stars. Stars help you earn money to continue building the network. Thank you. And if you can't notice, Ben Sutter the third puts the BS3 into the BS3 Network. Um, Illustrious leader, great guy, good heart, and it would not be a waste to support BS3 Network. So definitely
Totally.
go out, check out some of the other shows as well, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. If you don't agree, ping me on the back end. We'll talk about it. Mr. Jay Gilliard, say, what up, folks? What up? Hey, that's my BFF. I don't care. I'm saying it. I'm putting it out there. He says,
This
comments.
bromance is hilarious to me.
Yeah, that's my
I
partner
love a
right
good bromance. I
there.
love, you
That's
know
my
what?
partner.
Okay, side note, I love to see black men genuinely like root for each other and love on each other and be like, that's my best friend, that's my bro. Like, I love that. I love a bromance. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, absolutely no. Give us that shine. It's all good.
Yeah, it just
And
makes
matter
my
of
heart
fact,
smile.
and that's important to say.
Yeah.
And I think for men to hear, because I had to go through a process to even, to be comfortable to do that. Like I don't have a lot of them, but there's a select few men in my life, man. I'll tell them, man, I love you. And we hold each other to a high standard and things like that. And it's not many real ones, as I know everybody say real ones, but integrity is a very big key for me.
Mhm.
And so when I run across men like that, and for whatever the universe, the Most High, God for some, God, the moon, the stars, Allah, Buddha, whoever brings
Brother
you
Rock.
together, man, you gotta yeah, that too. You have to appreciate it. And so being comfortable doing that is important to highlight. Thanks, Doc. Appreciate that. You bringing that
Yeah.
up. Um, is what else we got? We got some more comments. What we
Well,
doing?
Keisha.
Hey, Keisha, how you
Hey,
doing?
Keisha.
Yeah, Falls time. Yeah,
Oh,
so
this dope
one of my
cooking show. I'm sure
yeah,
I said it
I,
wrong.
5:30 to 6:30. See
On
y'all there.
Tuesday. On
Yeah,
Tuesday. I don't know. Do you know, does 48 mean something to you?
yeah, that was my number. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love it. Appreciate it. Matter of fact, I'm finna try to find out who it is, what they talking about.
Okay,
Cause y'all
you
need
do
to
that, and I'm gonna give my disclaimer.
there you
Hi,
go.
disclaimer. I am a therapist, not your therapist, unless we have paperwork and a form of payment between the two of us. When Eric and I are speaking about things, we are talking from our education, our experience, conversations we've had. We are not talking about our current personal life unless we say this is happening to me currently. Then it is our current personal life. Do not come on here and try to piece together what you think we talking about or what may have been said, because you are probably wrong. Also, we are speaking from a general perspective, and we understand that your sister's cousin, homegirl, had the same situation and it worked out for her. We love her. We are happy for her, but we are not talking about her. We are speaking in general. Okay.
Got you.
So we
I
are
love it.
responding to a video today, right?
Yes, we are. Yes, we
Cool,
are.
cool, cool.
Yes, we are. And I'm gonna tell you, I whoever just I know who put 48. It had to be 52. If it is you, 52, just put 52 in the chat.
52. Is it you? Can you put 52 in the chat?
50, it's like a bingo hall right now.
Can I get 52 in the chat?
Yeah. No, appreciate you being here. Well, Brandy, appreciate you being here. Hope you stick with this, man. And we want y'all to get active. Get
It's
active in those
52. It's
comments.
52. It's
I
52.
know, I know. And that's Oscar Smallwood. And when you talk about, when I went to college, man, they forced us together, and that really became my brother. It was ironic because they couldn't even tell us apart. Like we'd be going through the
Really?
bags. Like, yeah, like we'd go through the bags or make a play, and they'd be like, great job, Smallwood. I'd be like, it's Butler, coach. It's Eric.
Oh,
He
that's
said,
crazy.
oh, and then Wood would go, and we called him Wood, and Wood would go through something. They'd be like, good job, Butler. He'd be like, it's Small. He from Houston. He from H-Town. You know what I'm saying? Third
H-Town
Ward.
stand up. I just really wanted
Yeah.
to see
So
stand up.
anyway, O-line. No, he was linebackers. He was Oscar Smallwood in 1993. You can Google this. He was the #1 recruited linebacker in the state of Texas, out of Jack Yates. Cold-blooded. I mean, I was better than him. They just didn't see me. We argued at that point. Now it was. I mean, we were really, really similar. It was kind of
Gotta
canny,
Google him and see what he
uncanny.
looked like.
Yeah, it was uncanny. That it was only in the suits because he was bald headed then, and I had hair. He got hair now. I'm bald headed. That's just it's how life worked out. By probably about the same height. He may have been 10 pounds heavy, about 5 pounds heavier than me. I may have ran, I may have been 2/10 of a second faster than him. He bench pressed about 5 pounds more than me. I squat probably 5 pounds more than him. It was really uncanny. But anyway, we'll talk about that later, Jeff. All the details on that. So we're
Well,
going to
thank
get
you
into
for
this.
being here, 52.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I was saying that's one of the I love that guy. And we have a true friendship because it had fights, arguments, all kind of stuff into it too. But we're gonna get into this. The topic, as you can see scrolling on the script down there, is marriage killers. Maybe, maybe not. And so listen to the list, come to your formulation in your mind on the things you agree with, the things you disagree with. Jot down some notes if you need to, and then we'll get active in those comments when we come back. Doc and I are going to go through that list. All righty.
Laziness kills marriage. Suspicion kills marriage. Lack of trust kills marriage. Lack of mutual respect kills marriage. Unforgiveness kills marriage. Arguments kills marriage. Keeping secret from your spouse kills marriage. Every form of infidelity kills marriage. Poor communication kills marriage. Lies easily kills marriage. Relating more with your parents than your spouse kills marriage. Lack of inadequate or unenjoyable sex kills marriage. Nagging kills marriage. And finally, too much talk and careless talk kills marriage.
All right, Doc. We can
Okay.
jump right into it.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. But I feel like the list was so long. It's like, dang, why we even get married if everything kills marriage? Like, he's not wrong. I just didn't. The
No.
list was so long. I just didn't like that.
So you felt like the list was long? I would want a thorough list to try to help
Yeah, I
me.
feel like some of it
Um,
could have been. I feel like some of it could have been like tied together.
got
He
you.
said
So
like
for the
14
viewers,
things. Like I'm
yeah.
up here
So
trying to get married. I'm in my dress, my makeup fly. You and your like we look good. We're in love. Like why is the list so long? He's not
okay,
wrong. I just feel like
right.
tell me that in marriage counseling, premarital counseling.
Well, you got to help as many people, and ain't nobody. He got witnesses. I told them
Because did you?
what to do.
But
So if
did
I'll
you
come
see?
back talk about I ain't counseled, I ain't told them what's up. I gave another rendition, and then
Okay.
you saw them other girls. They were sitting up. They were
They
like,
was
"Oh,
like,
okay." Somebody was convicted in there. It was some people. You got to realize it was some married people in there as well, and they got a refresher. Somebody in there was being lazy. They probably like, you know what? I've been lazy. Somebody in there suspicious of their spouse. I've been acting suspicious. I don't trust mine. I need to do that. Um, Mutual respect. I haven't been respectful. See, I think it was a good time to do it.
okay, well, hold on. So Jay Gilliard said this video is he meant spot on.
Spot on, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. He should have said that in counseling. I just feel like the list was so long. He was right. Like he is right. I do not disagree with any of those things. But right now,
Yeah, but you know what? Let's get into it, Doc. I think that's one thing about marriages, or no, not marriages, weddings. To me, weddings are
a show for other people.
exactly.
And I
I
say
almost
this
I
as
almost
a
went juggle
woman.
on it. I almost said a waste of money. But it's like,
Yes, I say this
yes,
as a woman who had a wedding, whose husband was like, let's just go to Vegas. We don't want to do this. And I was like,
yeah.
oh my God, no, my mother would kill me. We have to have a wedding. It is a
Mm,
show for other people. And if I had it to do all over again, I would not. It would be me, my husband, 2 or 3 close friends on my side, 2 or 3 close
right.
friends on his, and let's just go out of town.
Right, right. You know what I would agree to? Hey, let's do that. Let's go have our time, have, something small and intimate and cost effective. Because I mean, if it's a big, because they cost thousands of dollars.
They
I'm like,
do.
man, if we got thousands and thousands of dollars to spend on that, we finna invest in something that's gonna give us some more oomph for our, bang for our buck. I want to spend money that goes out and helps make money. And like
Hold
I'm
on, let
in.
me say this because I know my mama be watching my show. So let me, and my daddy, let me say this. I am thankful that we had a wedding. It was a great time. There were people who came to my wedding who are not even on this earth anymore. They have passed away. So like to have that experience with them is amazing. My homegirl got married like a year later, and her dad was at her rehearsal, didn't make it to the wedding. He ended up dying.
Wow.
Like I'm super grateful that we had that experience, but looking back, it could have been done differently.
I
So
got
like
you.
it's
Got you.
duality for me. It's
Right.
duality for me because we had a ball. Like we get lit, we get active.
No, that's what I was
But
gonna say. Not necessarily the wedding part, because I mean, think about the cost of the dress and all of the decorations and blah blah blah. But I'm saying, man, have a reception. I'm like, okay, we can go do our
we
thing.
ain't even got to do that.
I'm with you. I'm with you
You
on
know
that.
what? If you want
So
to celebrate,
I'm trying to compromise here. I'm
if
just
you
saying.
want to
So we'll
celebrate
do
our
that.
love, invite us to your house and let us eat your food. Cause why we got to pay for you to come celebrate us?
Mm, mm, mm. And
But that's not
nobody
even the
want to come unless it's an open bar, and that's where the really expenses are. But
we had an
that's
open bar.
that's a whole. See what I'm saying? That's where I'd have been there too. Like,
We gets active,
mm,
okay? We gets active.
you know what I'm saying? I
We
love
was
it.
Tamia shuffling and it
I'm not
wasn't
a,
no Tamia
yeah, I'm not
shuffle.
afraid of all that. And of course, within reason, if you're in a financial position, hey, we can do that, and we still, we have a lot of in reserve. But if you're starting out as a young couple, I'm gonna say, man, really think about doing it a different way. And not saying that you can't do something to celebrate it, maybe at a later time when y'all both got together, y'all sat down, you got some financial structure in place, you got some savings, and now you have some residual income that you can liquidate, and you agree that this is something we would like to do. I just think it's a better way of going about it. But the main thing is about, so now that y'all done got hitched, whether it was at a wedding or whether you did it, you walked up to the courthouse. So with that being said, he said laziness. So how much
Hold on.
emphasis
I know you
are
want
we
to
gonna
go in
put on it?
order, but I cannot hold my tongue.
Well, hey, get it. Let's get it, Doc. You know what you know how I like you to just roam around with
Can we
like on
go
the.
to the keeping secrets? Because I think that
Okay.
everybody's mind is instantly like, oh, keeping secrets about like who's in your phone or who you talking to or who you was looking at or which one of your coworkers you got a thing for. I think that's where people's mind is going. But can we talk about keeping secrets and in regards to your feelings? When your partner, when your partner hurts your feelings and you don't say anything, that is a marriage killer.
Talk
Because you
about
have
it,
a
Doc.
wound. You have a wound. They have hurt you. You have a tear. And when you don't say anything, you are forced to now heal this wound on your own, whatever that may look like. For most people, that looks like becoming calloused, becoming defensive, becoming
Mm,
guarded, becoming
mm,
closed because you
mm.
hurt me. You hurt me. And so now I can no longer trust that I get to be open with you because you hurt me. And so when you don't tell them and you keep that to yourself for the sake of, oh, we're doing good. I don't want to bring up old stuff. Oh, it's fine. We've moved forward. But you lying because that hurts your feelings. And the very next time they do something that looks similar, you're going to go right back
Mm.
to that hurt spot.
Is it like reopening that wound?
It's like creating a wound right next to it. And
Mm.
I feel like I feel like the cheating and all that, like that's obvious. But we're
Gotcha.
not talking about when you holding back secrets about how you feel and when they've hurt you and not saying like, this is what I want. These are my expectations. This is what I desire. When you're keeping all of that secret, that's really what's going to kill your marriage.
So keeping secrets, and we're not talking about obvious type secrets like cheating. And I'm just reiterating what you're saying to make sure, one, that I heard you correctly, and two, for the listeners, but it's those things that you think aren't even a secret. That's what that sounds like to me. You think you're keeping the peace. You think you're
Yeah, and
saving
you're
an
not.
argument, but you're
And you're not.
really you're setting yourself up for failure for your marriage.
Yeah,
which I know. So go ahead, Doc.
you're trading short-term comfort for long-term dysfunction. So in the
Mm,
moment, we're fine because I didn't tell you that you hurt my feelings. We moving on with life. We everything's fine. But 8 months from now, when you do something that looks like this, when something happens that smells like this, and I'm triggered, and now I'm going off on you and I'm acting crazy and I'm acting different, and you don't know why, we're in a dysfunctional place because I kept a secret 8 months ago.
gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Anybody? Well, I don't want to call them out. Say anybody done this? Put a one in the
Don't
chat.
put
No, I'm not going to do
no,
them like
don't do
that.
that.
If you agree with her, if you agree with Doc's assessment on that, put a one in the chat. You don't have to. I know some folks like, listen, I'm cleaning the house while I'm listening, and we love it. We appreciate you being here. And if you would do me a small favor, hit the like button when you get a moment. Just hit the like button, or if you love it, put a heart up there too. We do that. We'll take that as well. So to me, this connects to one of the other things that he put on the list. I think it connects to a couple of things that's on the list, but poor communication. So that would lead me to say the poor communication, which I would already put in the realm of um, common sense. You know what I mean? Thank you, Mr. Jeff Gilliard. Um, say, dang it, I'm at work. That's all right. Just let it play. Catch what you can. Um, and they say what I miss. Not well. With Doc, we have what? Well, with Doc,
This is what
I'm
you
a,
missed.
I'm
So I'm
yeah.
really good at shortening things. Okay, so we played a video where a guy listed off about 14 things that were marriage killers, and I wanted to key in on keeping secrets because everyone thinks about keeping secrets about like cheating and secret flirtation and secrets regarding other people. But what I'm saying is secrets look like not telling your spouse when they have harmed you, hurt your feelings, not being honest about how you feel about a certain situation. That is just like that is keeping a secret, and that is actually a marriage killer. And you're trading short-term comfort. We're comfortable now, we're going along to get along, everything's fine, for long-term dysfunction. Because in 8 months, when something smells like this, when something looks like this, when this hurt place gets triggered again, you're gonna snap out and they're gonna be like, girl, what's wrong with you? And then now it's dysfunction because you kept a secret. That's what you missed.
Mm, mm. See, that's why I call her illustrious. That's why I said she's dynamic.
Somebody told me
That's what
once,
I'm gonna
like,
say. But
you're really good
dynamic
at
is
synthesizing information. I try to do.
synthesizing information. Yes, I like it. I like it. And then we were kind of moving on to the point of saying that kind of connects to there were 14 things that were listed by the individual, and one of them was poor communication. And I said, so that kind of links to poor communication because I think poor communication also involves not communicating. And so that goes hand in hand. So I think that helps put a check mark to next to one of his litany of elements.
Okay, because the list was
Because Doc
long.
kind of got on him at first. She was like, "Oh, it was too many things. I'm in my dress. I'm looking good. We supposed to done this in counseling. Why are you talking about it right now while we at the altar?" She's kind of like, this ain't the time or the
It's
place. And I felt like
not.
I thought it was the best time and place, but nevertheless. So which other one popped out to you? And this is what I'm gonna do for the viewer because we love all our viewers. We want them to be happy. Talked about laziness. He says laziness is a marriage killer. Suspicion of your spouse is a marriage killer. Lack of trust, lack of mutual respect, unforgiveness, arguments. I wanted to because I feel iffy about that. Keeping secrets from your spouse, which is what Doc was just extrapolating on. Every form of infidelity is a marriage killer. Poor communication, lies, relating more with your parents than your spouse is a marriage killer. Lack of adequate or unenjoyable sex. That's how he said it on the video. I'm doing what the video said. Is a marriage killer. And then he said nagging is a marriage killer. And too much talk and careless talk is a marriage killer. So We love to
Okay, so
get any feedback. Y'all bring it to the house. But go ahead, Doc.
so Facebook user says, is my issue has been I tell you when it happens and I'm told you're nagging. So nagging was also on the
Mm,
list. I feel like that goes to poor communication. If you think me telling you my feelings is hurt is me nagging, then you don't know how to communicate and you don't know what communication is.
yeah, and that's not the person.
Communication at its most basic definition is the exchange of information and emotion. And so in order for me to communicate with you, I have to be able to tell you how I feel. If me telling you how I feel equates to nagging, I'm of the belief that you just don't even really like me. Like you don't even care
Mm,
how I feel.
that's good. Because if you don't care what's bothering me, then
Then you don't
you
like
really
me.
don't care. And that's more of an issue with the person that's receiving the communication than that's giving the communication. But oftentimes it's going to be laid back on the person giving the communication as if they're nagging or complaining. And I think there's a I think you can easily decipher between someone who's nagging and someone who is complaining versus someone who is sharing a concern or hurt or their feelings.
Right. And with that, I would also like to say there has to be room to vent. If you're my person and we're in this marriage and we're a partnership and you don't want me venting to nobody else, there has to be room for me to vent without you feeling like I'm nagging.
Mm.
Sometimes people just have stuff built up. They need to be able to express that.
Wouldn't you say that's bad to let stuff build up?
Well, I do think that's bad, but I also feel like
I'm
if you're
messing
in
with
a situation where you've been told before that expressing your emotions is nagging, you gonna have stuff built up.
you. Yeah. Now, okay. That puzzle definitely connects. That definitely connects the dot right there. Crossroad puzzle answer. Yes. All right. All right. I'm gonna say it again because I've been told that we need to do that more. If you're watching, please hit the like button, hit the hearts. We appreciate those. And they do matter and they help a lot. So Doc, so the nagging, I think we've kind of hit the nagging, and we might have, that might be even that might be a topic, just trying to understand the difference between what complaining sounds like and anatomy
So
of
I feel
complaining
like
and the
nagging,
anatomy of nagging. Yeah.
I feel like nagging is when a person tells you, I understand, I hear you, this is received. And you keep going and going and going and going. And at this point, it's not effective communication because that person, I'm not even listening to you no more. Like, shut up. Like, I hear you. Do not beat me over the head with this thing. Like, I've
Right.
heard you for the last 15 minutes.
And I'll say, another element of that is to have a complaint to your partner, but they either don't have the resources or the capabilities to solve that complaint. Not immediately, anyway. You know what I mean? And I think the more significant the complaint or the nag, um, the longer it'll take to do it. Because most things that are significant take a little bit of time to get done.
True.
Because my favorite book says and it's talking to me in this general sense. It says that it is better, it is better to live on the corner of your roof than to live with a nagging wife. And that it would be better to be off in the desert than to be connected to a nagging woman. Hey, that's just what my favorite book said. I'm just saying. So
I don't
nagging,
disagree.
nagging has it has some real bad. It must be really, really bad. That's all I'm
But I
saying.
feel like women get a bad rep when it comes to nagging. Men be nagging too. And I just want to throw that
Mm.
out there for the ladies in the chat. I got
No,
us. We are here.
we, no, I get it. No, I absolutely understand that. Facebook user says avoiding the water and tear can hurt a marriage sometimes.
That's what I'm
Avoiding the
saying.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I agree. Facebook user, we here.
Absolutely. I think that's old. That's old 52 right there.
Okay, 52. Well, I'm
Yeah.
number
So
3. Welcome to the party.
So now, all right. So we've kind of we've touched on the keeping secrets, and then we're kind of highlight. I think all of them have a place and a point, and I think they're all layered. But we hit on keeping secrets from your spouse, which also connects with the poor communication. So keeping secrets about verbal things or things that's going on and you're not sharing it with them is a marriage killer. And then not being able to communicate or convey that in the proper way is going to be a marriage killer, and not receiving it from your partner and being concerned about what their concerns are is a marriage killer. And then the nagging. We know that that's not that's not a that's not going to help you at all. That is definitely
Ever.
a marriage killer. So how do you? So Doc, I seen you make a face on too much talk and careless talk. What was, or do you? That I think that
I
kind of
think I
goes
had
with the
just I
nagging.
think I was just over the list. Like, oh my God.
But I do have,
Tell me
I
this
do.
in premarital. Do not tell me this while I'm at the altar. I'm already
Man,
scared.
leave
I'm
that pastor
already
alone. He doing the
nervous.
best he can. Ain't no telling what he done seen and been through. He was scarred. He was like, I'm covering this in counseling. I'm covering it the day of. I'm covering it when we're at the altar. And then when it was over, he probably gave him that list as they was leaving to go to the reception. So what about the it's he said every form of infidelity. I thought that
Yeah,
was
because
interesting.
I think that people are like sneaky, right? And you be like,
Are
ooh,
they?
I got away with this. Ooh, let me try it a little more. Ooh, I could like I feel like people will push the envelope. And so I think the reason he said every form of infidelity is I think that okay, go with me. Cause sometimes I be going on like little tangents. Go with me.
No,
You remember back in the day when they were like, marijuana is a gateway drug, and if you smoke marijuana, you'll smoke crack. Remember that? I
I
kind of
do.
feel like that's what he meant by every form of infidelity. Like if you start, I don't know, hearting pictures in the DM, then you'll start meeting for coffee, then you'll start going on dates. Now y'all sleeping together. Like I feel like he was saying, stay away from the gateway drug. That's how I took it. I feel
So
like
is there some
any little
validity in that?
thing. Oh, you said
Is,
what?
is there some validity to that?
Probably. I mean, I had a conversation with my husband earlier, and he said that men play the long game where they'll be like, "Let me say this and see what she say. Let me say
Mm,
that and see what she say. Oh, she responded to this. Cool. Let me try this. Oh, she responded to that. Cool. Let me try this. Let me get her on the
mm.
phone. Oh, I got her on the phone. Let me get this." So I feel like I guess it's some validity to it.
I guess my approach has been really horrible because I don't posture well. I'm just way too. I'm not caveman with it. Like I like you. It ain't that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. And plus, man, if you don't like me, okay. That's probably that hadn't served me well either because I know some women want you to not chase but to pursue, and I
Pursue.
think
You got to pursue a little bit. You have to.
yeah,
You got to.
my pursuit is more like a 40-yard dash than, than, than a
Just can't
marathon.
get no 100 meter.
Man, I mean, I worked. I'm up to like 60 yards now.
You one of them. I don't do this, so appreciate that I'm doing this. You one of
Man,
them.
because I think I'm not. No, I'm not gonna make you. Either you do, either you do or you don't. Because I'm just gonna. I don't think your attitude and your energy doesn't lie. And if you're playing a game by
Mhm.
like you really like me, but you're not showing it, then I don't want that either.
Mm.
Sorry. Hey man, I'm like, 3 yards in a cloud of dust and say we gonna get the first down or we punting. That's just it's just gonna go down that way, I think.
We don't get fourth downs.
Yeah. Let it be known. Let it be known. Because that
I get
shows
that.
a certain level of honesty in
I get
my
that.
world. So, but I'm pretty sure, and I would say yes, there are men that play the long game. They'll smiling in your face all the
All the
time.
time
Take
they
your
want to take.
place, come back. Man,
Hold on, wait. Backstabber. Okay.
stab us. Let's get it done. Yeah, we have concerts in the middle of the thing. So I had a question about arguments because my mind, I'm like, no, arguments kind of come with relationship,
I feel
but
like you
you
have to
said,
argue well. So one thing that I like to
ooh,
teach couples is argue well.
argue
I
well.
struggle with this personally because, like, listen, you go low, I go to hell. Like, I am fighting against that. Okay, like I have to actively, like in the moment, cognitively be like, sis, if you say this, this could be the end. Like, do not say this. And that's not just for me, that's not just in marriage, like that's in every aspect of my life. Like, please don't try me. Like, stop laughing. I'm just trying to share my perspective.
I'm
Anyway, my point was
I'll go low. I go to. Hey, I'm like, wait a
hell.
minute. I've never
No,
heard it
like,
put that way. Ah,
no,
water,
like,
water came out my face.
okay, so my
Ah,
point was because
whew.
you just threw me all off. You have to argue well. And so there's nothing wrong with having a disagreement because we got to come to some type of mutual understanding. I think the problem is when people start jabbing, you hitting that soft spots, you hitting that trigger points, and people get off subject. We are arguing about this. Don't talk to me about that over there. I don't care nothing about that over there. Don't talk to me about what happened five years ago. We're talking about this. If you want to talk
Mm,
about 5 years ago, we can make space for that. But right now, let's deal with this. That be the
mm,
problem.
okay.
Oh, here's
Because
a
you
good
never know.
comment.
Because you might, if you go low, the person you talking to might go
I'm going
to
to
hell.
hell. Like, do not play with me. You be like, yo, shirt ugly. Yo, like, no, don't do
See,
that.
listen. I was married to a woman who would go to say, I I be like, listen, and I'm gonna tell you, it would even they did with me eventually, but I saw the signs early, and I remember telling him, I said, hey, don't 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 say stuff like that to people again, because I was like, I'm gonna have to defend your honor, because whoever, I would understand why they would want to get at you, and then I would almost feel conflicted, like I can't protect her. She just went to hell.
You
That is
gotta
gonna
like
stick with me
really,
for a month.
you gotta really fight against that thing. Like
Yes, man.
actively. Like
That's
it's
that scar.
hard.
That's back to, you know what? All of this ties together. That's
That's
back to
why I
that
said
scarring.
the list didn't have to be this long.
Mm.
That's what I'm
So,
saying. The list didn't have to be
yeah.
this long.
So Facebook user says having too many friends hinders marriage.
I disagree. It's
No,
about having
no.
boundaries with your friends. I disagree.
Okay, I got you. But so how many you have? Is that not a boundary? That's almost, to me, that's the equivalent to like having a work husband.
My work husband died.
Listen, I almost had a fit. It's like you had a work, like, no, ain't no work husbands.
Well, I knew him before I knew my real husband, but he died, so it doesn't matter.
Y'all, then you get a work divorce. I don't care nothing about that.
What is a work divorce?
We'd figure it out. We'll define it later. But all I know, whatever lunches y'all been going to, nah, nah,
We didn't go to
nah,
lunch.
nah, whatever. And then he don't need to help you with your spreadsheet. Do it yourself. No, I'm kind of kidding. I'm kind of kidding. But I think there are
You
some boundaries.
serious? That's what's funny. You
Nah,
are serious. He don't need to help you with your spreadsheet. Okay. So I don't think it's having too many friends. I think it's the boundaries that you put in place with your friendships. So I used to have a male best friend. He was in my wedding, blah, 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 all the things. But we don't even really talk no more because there's an understanding like I ain't married. We not what we sitting up on the phone for hours for.
yeah, it
What we
can't happen
doing?
like that no more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a cousin like that, and she got married, and yeah, but I respect, even if I have friends right now that are women, if they get into a relationship, I'm a chill
I'm
out.
gonna file back.
She ain't even gotta say nothing. I'm just gonna be like, okay, you in that. And then I mean, that's, to me, that's just common sense. And that's out of respect for her. It ain't got nothing to do with the other guy. And and my, out of her respect for her circumstance situation. Fake book user says, "What's good, family? What's good?"
Hey,
I don't know. You didn't give StreamYard permission to show your name, so I don't know exactly who that is.
but hey, and
They
thank
said,
you for being here.
yeah, absolutely. I love it. Thank you so much. Y'all don't forget to hit the like button or the heart, whichever one you feel compelled to. It says, "Who wears the pants is always a problem." Uh, mm, interesting. Mm.
Mm.
Now, because that's a whole conversation. Because if we're going to talk about who wears the pants, that should have been established. I don't want to start this ruckus because we're gonna get totally off the topic if I say this. I don't think. Matter of fact, I want to throw out that whole thing. Ain't no situation on who wear the pants. You know what I'm saying? I think there's only one head.
Somebody that I used to respect so much said, anything with two heads is a monster.
I did say that, didn't I?
I've never heard you say that. I said used to respect, but I still respect you.
Okay, with it, that wasn't me, but I have said that. I have definitely said that. I don't want to. I ain't
Well,
gonna jump
now
off
just
the
say that
bandwagon.
you said it. So someone that I respect dearly said, anything with two heads is a monster.
But that was taught to me and told to me. But here's the thing, because because my favorite book also says, at least unless two are equally yoked, how can they move in the same direction? So, and I think in a relationship, there are two heads. There are two heads. I like the concept of a head and a neck because you can't have one without the other. And I like that concept. And I think the neck is, I don't want to say more important than the head. I say they're equally important. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? The
you
head,
can't have
the
one
head
without
is
the other.
there, but the neck can say, hey, make sure we look to the left, make sure we look to the right, hey, make sure you look up. And then at times it's like, hey, turn around. You need to see what's coming. And so, of course, I'm equating a great partner. One of you are one of the each. I'm not going to assign it. I know which one I am. That's all I can speak for is me,
Oh my gosh.
but I think that's something that has to be earned. You know what I mean? And everything that's done needs to be done mutually in agreement. So,
Absolutely.
if you're thinking about like who's the comment of who's the head, y'all need to have a conversation about that. It's really, there's one head. It's just a big head. It's both of us. Two heads make, two heads is better than one. Facebook user says, in a marriage, you're gonna vent. If I can't vent to my spouse, I'm in the wrong marriage.
Say that, Facebook user.
I can
I'm with
respect that.
you.
I can respect that. Says, if I tell my friends, then they're in my business. If I tell his friends, it's disrespectful. Hell, who can I tell? That's
Tell
what I
him.
got you. I got you.
Tell him. Or
I
tell your
got you.
therapist. That's why people have tell your therapist.
Yeah, that's a good neutral site. And yeah, that definitely. I'm pro therapy is what I would say. Mr. J. Gilliam says, I agree with Facebook user. So you righty, and then somebody you laughing. Uh
Oh,
Justin
hey,
Caraway.
Justin.
Okay,
What's
Justin.
up?
All
What's
right,
up?
good
Hey.
word. Good word. All right. Yeah, Justin, man, I gotta call you, man. Um, the comment about the too many friends. Yeah, absolutely.
I also think it's having the wrong friends. I think that sometimes we are friends with people because we've known them since fourth grade and we're no longer aligned. And
Mm,
having too many friends that you are misaligned with can be bad for your marriage. Because if you are marriage minded, on track, doing one, two, three, whatever you're doing, and they're doing XYZ, that may be bad for your marriage. So I think
mhm,
having too many misaligned friends that you do not set boundaries with is going to be bad for your marriage.
mm. Set boundaries. See, I shouldn't have to set no boundary. They should already know. Listen, I ain't gonna, my attention is over here. And if you know you're a male, any guy who has, and if she's truly like a friend or associate, acquaintance, whether it's been for years or not, one or two things are gonna happen. You fall back, and then you allow them to bring you in. She invites you over, you meet her significant other, and then he still may be like, nah, I ain't good with it. And then you respect that too and let them handle that. And that's and to me, that's the only rules that even apply.
I agree. Like that's how it was with me and my friend. We just, oh, you with somebody? Okay. Like I hate to be like, call me when you break up but call me when you break up. Like not because I'm waiting because we about to be together, but because I don't want to overstep my bound. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I never want you to have to choose between me and the person that you sleeping with. Because it's not a choice to be made because you cannot
Ain't no
sleep
choice.
with me.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't no
So,
choice. As soon as you get with someone else, man, that's your
yeah.
focus and that's your key. And if you're my true friend,
You
and
want
even if
this
you
for
just
me. Like
if
you
you're just
want
a
me
good
to be
associate,
happy.
you're gonna know, man, I'm not gonna do anything to intrude on that. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Totally
So
agree.
where we at? Okay.
What
I thought,
about, did we talk about laziness?
no. That and because I
So
mean, them next three right there, they have some layers to them. So on laziness.
I feel like laziness is a marriage killer. If I'm cleaning up every day, you need to clean up a couple of days. That's laziness. In the house, out the house, job. Like it's a lot of layers to lazy. But I feel like it is a marriage killer. Like you need to be doing your part, pulling your weight. Do it.
I think, yeah, lazy in the effort, lazy in making
Lazy in
your
love.
that's what I'm saying, making you making your significant other feel special. A lazy in not acknowledging their efforts in areas. Or what they contribute to you, whether it be physically, and I'm not even talking about sex because that's coming up. I'm talking about physically as in hugs, touches, expressions of affection. They don't have to be public. I mean, I'm telling you, it ain't a woman that don't like for that man to walk by and kiss him on the side of the ear or the cheek or something, or give him a pat. I'm trying to keep it PG around here.
No, for real. Because I think we beefed out if you don't.
You who?
I think we beefed out. If you walk by me and you don't touch me, what's the problem? We beefing? What's wrong with you?
Oh, say we beefing out.
We beefed out. What's up?
It's a problem. Right? What's going on? What's happening?
What you mad for? What happened?
Yeah. Now, I mean, and I ain't telling somebody that's an obligation, but you want to put that effort in the keeping that spice. I think the laziness
Ask a
would
woman
equate to
who is used to you patting her on the butt or kissing her or whatever you do, have you show affection. Ask any woman if this is what you're used to, even when it get on your nerves a little bit, because you might not have wanted it right then, you're not gonna say nothing because you don't want it to stop. Ask any woman. He walked by you and he don't pat you on the butt, touch your hair, give you a kiss, whatever the thing is. She think y'all beefed out. Ask him. I promise. I'm not making this
think
up.
y'all like fussing or arguing.
Yes,
She don't think y'all into it.
Yes, like what happened? What you mad for? What's going on? Why you acting funny?
What we got? Oh, Facebook use says most people give admiration so easily to others for their acts of kindness, but very seldom do the same at home. I get it. They treat people outside their house better than they treat the folks in their house. Man, ain't that something?
That's a real thing.
She just told it on some folks.
That's a real thing. And so another thing is I think that people take the people in their house for granted, right? Like we put on a brave face, we put on a nice face when we go outside of the house. And so we're being our best self. And then when we come home, we like, well, these people love me, they know me, I'm gonna get them what's left. And that's not okay.
Not what's left.
That's what
that's a problem. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a big problem. I think that's a shift, and that's definitely being lazy. So there has to be a shifting of the mind on what are your efforts and where are you putting them, which goes into, I think, when you just talked about, if you're not showing that effort, somebody that's been used to getting physical contact, physical touch, it's not there. We beefing out, which leads to suspicion.
Hold on. Before we do that, let's run through the comments.
Let's go to hey peeps. Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
And then it says, as cute as I am, I'm turning heads in the street. Better be able to turn heads at the house.
Say that.
And it says the advice I gave was always keep you a separate bank account just in case old boy tries to act brand new.
Oh.
Talk about it, Doc. Say it. What? What happened, Doc?
Cause
What
like I
happened?
ain't mad at it, but like
Tell
why
it.
gotta be like that? Like stay together. I mean,
Yeah,
like
no,
don't
I
stay
think,
together if you're being abused. Like don't stay together if you're being abused. That's crazy.
I think, I
But
think. No, you know what? And this is the thing, because I'm trying to relate to it because I've put my all into something and got burned in that way, and it ain't no recourse. There ain't no insurance on that one. It's just like start over, and you gotta, And I hate doing that because I feel you, Doc. It's like, are you really gonna be committed unless you all the way committed? Because if you got one foot out already, or you really giving energy to not being fully there. I say do it, but definitely let it be known. I would say don't do it in secret
I
because
like
that
that.
pastor told y'all secrets are marriage killers. That was
Baby, he
my.
told us breathing air was a marriage killer.
He didn't do all of that. He ain't do all that. Mr. J. Gilly said that is a real thing. Mhm. So this one, because I don't know if we're gonna need all the time, but we was talking about suspicion. So do you think being suspicious or how would being suspicious be a marriage killer?
Yeah, because if I think you're doing something I don't want you to be doing, cheating, having separate money, liking the girl at your job, I can't really be my full self with you because I think you playing with me. And so
Yeah.
if I think you playing in my face, I'm not gonna be 100% vulnerable because I have to protect me.
And I'm not gonna be 100% engaged because I'm not gonna
Because
give
I think you
something that
playing in my face.
mm, that's kind of difficult, man. It's kind
Which
of
goes
difficult.
back to communication. I just say, hey, are you playing in my face? Nobody's ever going to be like, yes, I'm playing in your face. But maybe y'all can have a conversation about it and you can say, oh, the reason I feel like this is because you said this, you did this, you moved like this. Then maybe that person can explain to you like what it is. You got to have a conversation about it though.
You said, I don't know. Because if ain't nobody gonna admit it, then I'm like, because I almost want to pay attention to your actions. And I'm like, you playing. Because I think that's why they would want to have, like, you know what? They playing. I ain't got time to be arguing and going through the back and forth and the lies. Just in case somebody act a fool, I at least know I ain't gonna be, you know, SOL. You know what I mean? See, even in jobs, and we were told the CYA to cover your tail. You know what I mean? Keeping emails, keeping records, letting things know, keep your receipts and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard because we're taught this concept of being all in, especially when it comes to relationships. But I think all of it has to be earned at a certain degree, and so your actions need to be moving in that way that it make me not want to do that. You know what I mean? Mr. J. Gillies says it kind of seems like a separate bank account is an escape plan. I feel you on that. I feel you on that, bro.
I feel like it seems like an escape plan, but if we're looking at like how the world goes, like how many people are getting divorced, I don't know that it's an escape plan more so than a safety net.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that makes all the difference. That makes all the difference because I've been in a relationship where I had a separate bank account, but I was all in. I was all in. It wasn't any plans to leave. It wasn't like an expectation of something to go wrong. But oh, how beautiful it was when things did. Because I've been in a situation where there wasn't one. That was very, very bad. Very bad. It was even bad when I had the separate one because I was, Mr. Nice Guy. Man, they locked mine in that joint when we had, and they got the money, and you need to go and fix it. And I went and did it, and they just went in there and stole the money.
Oh,
and then call me and then text me and let me know. Say, hi, that's what you get, you stupid. I'm finna go celebrate. Send me a picture of all the liquor they went and bought for their friends and everything, and went and kicked it. I was like,
It's really sad.
okay. Oh no, but that's karma is real,
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. Just as long as they didn't run up nothing. They couldn't do too much. So I went ahead and closed the account. And it was all good after that. Facebook user says, separate money is a must. Mine, yours, ours. I might not want to give your mama $100, but you can. I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it. That ain't part of the plans we have, but you make yours and you got that over there. So you can do with that
For
what you
that
wish.
reason.
I got mine over here. So I can do what I wish. And then we have something that's ours. And we've discussed what this is for, how much goes in there, what needs to be in there, and we can
Right.
facilitate that. And I think two sensible, healthy minded adults should be able to operate in that sphere. Mr. J. Gilliard said, yes, let it be known. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just don't have any secrets in that regard. And then you can always express, Doc, you said, there's something that concerns me, a wound, I can express it and it should be received. Like,
Right.
hey,
I did say
things
that.
I've been through, what I've experienced, I like to have this here. You know, it's there. It's not an attempt to hide anything from you. This is just the way I operate. And then if that's not too much for someone, then, best to you. I wish you the best. Our Facebook user says, love triangles, breaking up and getting right back together over and over. What? Marrying is already marrying an already made family. Says, I don't think it's an escape plan. You can see it, ask about it, and if it needs funds for a reasonable reason, I'll transfer. But some families are vultures, and I'm not taking care of your grown ass family.
I ain't
I
mad
don't.
at it.
I can't find none of the lies. I can't find a liar misconception within there. Mr. J. Gilliard said, let's both have separate bank accounts and share the PIN numbers with each other if it's on the up and up. I want to let that silence kind of ring through. Hey, we've definitely, hey, different perspectives, different opinions, different lived experiences. What works for you works for you. Doc has said that. I'll be echoing that. She say, what works for you or what works for y'all works for y'all. I will
Yeah.
admit, I don't want your pen, and you don't have to
Don't
have
have to
my
have my
pen.
pen.
And I'm gonna tell you something, but if you're together, eventually you'll get my pen. It'll be something where I'm like, hey,
Go do
one
this.
1111, and and it'll be all good, and it's no problem. You know why? Because you can change it. But anyway, that's another that's another story.
Okay. And so this was nice. Maybe we'll do a part two.
No, we good. I already checked because we need to know and hear from our viewers this last one, because we know lies, suspicion, lack of trust, that's kind of a bundle package. They all lead into each other. But he said relating more to your parents than your spouse is a marriage killer.
Okay.
No, Doc. Okay.
I'm thinking, like, I said at the beginning I didn't disagree with anything that he was saying.
Gotcha.
Um I agree with everything that he's saying. I was just trying to think of something
I
to
think
go with
those I
it.
think those I think those are unpopular. I don't want to say unpopular, but I think they're not talked about enough. When you get with a partner, man, that really becomes your number one. And
I
I think
agree.
that it's difficult. I do, because they be putting the equation out there. Do you fix your daddy a plate or your man a plate first? Stuff like those
I ain't
type of.
fixing nobody play. How about that?
Well, that's a new one. But I'm just saying, somebody plate getting fixed. If you
Right.
fixing a plate, fix your man his plate.
Okay.
Say so relating with your
I agree with
parents.
that. I think that So here's the thing. When you first get married, you're figuring it out. Give people a little learning curve so that they can figure out, oh, my man appreciates this or da 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 da. Because going from boyfriend to husband, girlfriend to wife, it's a shift. I might not fix my boyfriend's plate before I fix my daddy plate, but I'm gonna fix my husband plate before I
Oh
fix my
man,
daddy
no.
plate. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
Doc, that's a conversation we got to have. Because I mean, if you want a husband, you need to be doing husband type things before you wife type things before your wife.
Sometimes people take advantage of that though.
That's just a risk we take. Fix your picker. Go to therapy and then have a good picker.
Okay. I'm with that.
Facebook user says, I've got 4 daughters and I've told them all, you don't call me because you mad. What was your part in it? And if he ain't hitting you, you handle you.
I agree.
I fist pumped to that.
My daddy
Jay
told
Gilliam
me
says
something similar.
he did. Oh, he
Hurt my
did.
heart. Yeah, hurt my heart.
That's a part 2 by itself. Yeah, that is. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. So I agree with you, EB. Thank you. Listen, we had our time. You know, we'll figure out some way because I definitely want to go through that relating with your parents. More than your spouse being an issue, and then the lack of adequate or unenjoyable sex is a marriage killer. It's saying it's a marriage killer. We're gonna get in that one some other time. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a part 2, but we're gonna find a way to segue that
We're
into
gonna circle
what
back around.
we're gonna circle back around on that one. So with that being said, thank you everyone. We love you being active in the chat. That really means a lot to us. We thank you for spending your time with us. As Doc always says, she said you could be anywhere on this Thursday evening, but you're here with us. We do not take that lightly. If you would, and you haven't already, please hit the like button. Go to our Facebook page, Perspective, and it's spelled with 3s where the E's go, and make sure you join the group, and then also share the group. Invite individuals in so we can have some really good conversations. And don't be afraid, man. You're sitting around. It's going to be a lot of free time here. Think of some things you would like discussed. Jot down some things, some discussions that you have in these settings that you think would be good discussion topics for us. Communicate with us either through Messenger or just drop a discussion in the group, and we'll discuss those things, and that'll help us formulate some stuff. So we really appreciate you being here. We want to thank you again. Doc, you got any last words?
Thank you for being here. We'll see y'all next week.
All righty. Y'all be good. Stay safe. We holla.